Booyah, here we go, we're live.
Oh, something's happening. Oh my gosh.
Do you want to know what's happening? It's called Canada's Broadcasting, that's right. When Canada broadcasts, it's always solid.
I don't know, all I see is a solid black screen.
Straight from Canada. Here we are. We're back.
Okay, you guys ready?
Adobe Flash plugin has crashed.
Yeah.
What's wrong with all the electronics in my possession today? Oh my god.
Solar flares are
That's right.
increasing.
I don't need to watch the stream. That's okay. And my Firefox has crashed again. Are you kidding me?
Okay, so we good to go?
Yeah, okay. We shouldn't have any crashing. No crashing allowed.
As good as we're ever going to be.
Are we stable? Are we stable?
No crashing in the crash room here. No crash.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, okay. That's what you say now, eh?
Yeah, eh?
Oh, God.
I like the boots.
I can see we're going to get offensive tonight.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's one of the things I need to do while I'm here in Washington. I need to go to Canada.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
You don't need.
Once you leave, they may never let you back. Okay, you guys ready?
Yeah, we're ready now.
Reese Fusion, are you good to go?
You guys can hear all our volumes.
He's
good,
not.
Right? Are we all good?
No, I'm good. I'm like turning off everything. I'm like shutting down my extra monitor. Like going like hardcore here.
He's just going like
back
like
from the Stone Ages.
I have
back
no
to
idea.
Windows 3.1
Virus
here.
equals very yes.
Back to Windows 3.1 here, guys. No extras in the background.
Okay, we're going. We're going.
Okay. What the hell is that?
Hyperventilating because he's so scared this is gonna crash again.
It's not gonna crash. It's gonna be fine. Shut up.
Not gonna crash. Not
All
gonna
right,
crash.
I'm going.
Crash.
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm going.
Go.
I'm going. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Pet Food Alpha. We are the podcast bringing you the biscuit on all the latest Final Fantasy XI news, community, and more. My name is Steak.
I'm
That's your
Bursty.
line.
I'm Bursty.
I'm Escalia.
There was somebody who was supposed to talk in front of me, but I don't know what happened to him.
Wow. Line.
Line.
I think he got kicked out. I think he's having like legit issues.
Yeah. I think he's having like viral infections happening on his own.
Rebooting.
We can we'll just continue on, I think, since the stream's
Yes,
working.
I previously
He'll be
pointed
back.
out that I think
He'll be
episode
back.
1 went more
The
smoothly than
guy
episode
who normally talks before me will be back after these messages. In the meantime, hi, I'm Bursty.
I'm Escalia.
Okay, and joining us for our very, very special 7-year anniversary. I'm so excited.
Wow.
You just totally dropped a radio silence there. You were supposed to.
I was kind of waiting for her to speak up, but we've got Squig. Say hello, Squig.
Hello, Squig. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. But I'm not
I am
Squig.
doing good.
And we have
Well, you said say hello, Squig.
hello,
So I
Squig.
did.
And we also have Tila
Fail.
joining
Yes,
us
you do.
again.
From England.
Live,
You know, there's
Right
somebody
on.
out there who
Live
didn't
from
catch, like,
England,
the
cue
first
the
couple
James
years of
Bond
PFA,
music.
and they're probably wondering, who's Squig?
That's what I was wondering before the show started.
Yeah.
They're all making fun of me.
Come on, Escalia, get with the program. Everybody
I know,
remembers
right?
Squig. I'm from Canada, and I remember Squig.
We've got the best like accent in podcasting with us tonight.
I was about to say we are like the most multi. I wouldn't say is it multi-ethnic. I don't know if that's the fit.
right.
Multi-ethnic, yeah, multi-ethnic podcast out there.
Multicultural.
Multicultural. There's the word I was looking for. We're the most multicultural, longest-standing pet food podcast out there.
I am
Yeah, no,
so close.
Except we're not actually about pet food.
we don't talk about pet food though. We talk about Final Fantasy XI.
Oh my
We should
god.
have
I
a Beast
still
Mash
remember
episode
when
where
the
we talk about
podcast
pet
first
food.
started that it was on like some type of like tracker for pet food or pet podcasts.
It's true.
We always get the people that like try to request us from like pet food companies in China on Twitter. It's funny.
Yeah, it's true. We do. All right.
Yeah.
Did Fusion make it back?
I don't know if he's
Yeah.
back yet.
Hey, welcome
Oh.
back, bro.
I am like so close to losing like every last ounce of my shit right now.
Totally missed your intro, dude.
It's okay. Just say it.
Yeah, right as you guys were like, all right, let's go. Like I started getting a million errors popping up, and
We had no idea until it was your time to say your name, and then you weren't there.
Aw, it's okay, Fusion. It's okay. It's all
this is
working
like-
now. It's all
Yeah.
This
working.
can only happen to a Ruffledirg.
This could only happen, yeah. Only tonight.
Out of curiosity, did episode 1 go smoother than this episode?
Yeah, it was really bumpy, but it
Minus
was
the
smoother
part
than
where
this.
after we started introing, we just started laughing for no reason.
Good times. Good
Yeah.
times.
Yeah,
I
now
seem to
available
remember a
on
lot
iTunes.
from what said about a play concert, and I don't remember much else about listening
Introed
to
the
that
show,
episode.
and then we didn't know what to say after the intro, so we just laughed because we were like, "Wow, we're stupid."
Like, we planned the intro, but then, like, we didn't plan anything after that. So, alright. So,
Let's do this for real this time.
do you want to actually re-record the intro again?
Do you want to
Oh,
record?
no.
No.
Yeah, we have to
I
do it
think
again. We have
that-
to get it all in one take with the way that we do this.
Okay.
Aw.
Ready?
One more
Okay.
time.
One more.
Some
One more.
epicness.
One more time.
We're
One
losing
more time,
epicness.
guys. Third time.
One more
Take
time.
3.
Okay,
Here we
take
go.
3. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Pet Food Alpha. We are the podcast bringing you the biscuit on all the latest Final Fantasy XI news, community, and more. My name is Steak.
My name is Fusion Axe.
My name's Bursty.
My name is Escalia.
That was weird. Bursty.
Somebody
Okay.
forgot their name.
What he said just matched his Skype picture.
Like took a second, and he has to like look at his name tag. He's like, "Oh, I'm Bursty." Okay.
Mhm.
It's like an episode of like Quantum Leap. He's like, "All right, who am I? I need to look at my driver's license. I have a name tag on."
Okay, so this is a very special episode, and we have 2 very special guests joining us. Joining us once again, we have Squigglicious. Say hello, ma'am.
Mom.
No. Hi, guys.
And we have Tila.
Hello from England.
Well, welcome to the show, guys.
Yay!
So amazing.
Wait.
300
It's
is so
finally
special.
here.
T-
after
Tila's in
5
England?
takes. Yeah.
Yeah, shock, horror.
Since when? I would have never figured that one out.
Awesome. It's like so like nostalgic to have you guys on the episode.
Yeah, we really tried to see what we could do to get as many of the old hosts on the episode as we possibly could. I think we tried to get even like Chin.
Kieran was like, "I'm gonna record something so you can play it on the episode."
Did he
And-
really? Did he say that?
Yeah, I talked to him like a month ago, and then earlier this week I'm like, "Hey, so about that thing," and I never heard back from him.
Cue the
So-
crickets. Just cue
That's
the
like
Chin said-
classic Kieran.
Shin,
That's okay.
Shin said that she would be on. I thought that really didn't work out apparently because she's not here. So
You know what that means for the person editing, though, is that they won't have to censor a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Not a lot of Galka noises.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
what was that?
That was a
kill.
Canadian Galka. Sounds like a moose.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Good
What
old
happens to your
nostalgia.
vocal cords with all that maple syrup and that Canadian bacon?
I've missed you guys.
I know, we missed you too. Oh my gosh. All right. So, 7 years of Pet Food Alpha, believe it or not.
And the world has not yet imploded.
That's right. And the world of Vanadiel's actually not imploded yet either. It's kind of convenient. It's kind of convenient that PFA and 11 are kind of having their anniversaries at the same time, right?
You know, it's kind of funny because, like, last year...
7-Eleven. Right?
You're funny. That was funny.
Yes.
Last year, or what was it? Was it last year or was it the year before? I can't remember. I think it was last year. We were
I don't
like...
know.
We weren't really sure, like, what direction, like, 11 was going in, and we were like, you know what? Let's at least do it for one more year. So, here we are, and...
I don't remember having that discussion.
You don't remember that?
No.
Maybe that was 2 years ago.
Maybe that was like a dream you had.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
you had
sure.
a dream.
Maybe it was just a conversation between me and Chin.
Ah.
I have
I
no
hope Chin
idea.
remembers that, or else I'm going crazy.
Let's put it
Take this,
past you.
Chrissy.
7 years of
Anyways.
us, you were probably going crazy.
Yeah, if you've been tuning in and subscribed on iTunes the last 7 years, you've probably cooked a few brain cells.
Definitely so.
We apologize. for
Definitely.
any
apologize.
loss. We need like a disclaimer for that. Like any loss, the PFA is not responsible for any loss of brain damage or brain cells or.
I think we put that out there a long time ago.
On
That
like,
may-
on like the bright side, though, like if people are like, not really like cultured, right? Like, because they don't really hear, accents from different countries, by listening to PFA, they've heard an English accent,
don't try
they've heard a
this, like,
Canadian
we're trying to
accent,
culture people.
they've heard some French here and there, Spanish
Michigan
from
accent.
States.
We've
had
had
Australian,
We've had
had,
Ted's on that was Scottish, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, lots of people, man.
Pet Food Alpha, Final Fantasy XI's most multinational podcast thing.
Giving you the biscuit all around the world.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
This
saying.
is a worldwide podcast, broadcasting. We're kind of a big
Worldwide.
deal.
But only in English.
We have many leather-bound.
No,
we have many
we can
leather-bound
speak some
podcasts.
French,
Yeah.
right? Corinth speaks Japanese.
Oh, nice.
We've had Corinth on before.
Yeah.
I could do German. I did German for 5 years at school.
Oh, really? Do you speak German?
I used to. I can remember some.
I speak German too.
I want to say
didn't know that.
we had a point where you guys were like talking German.
We could do that.
You guys
We
were
could do that.
sprechen on the
I
episode.
think you did that at one
Oh,
point.
did we?
I feel like that's happened before.
I feel like I've never known that Tila spoke German though, because I would have.
I feel
all
like
I can remember,
this
all I
too.
can remember about Tila is that she had her headset on backwards once
Oh,
for like a
everybody.
long time. She discovered it, and she's like, this
Still
whole
now.
time. Tila, have you seen Star Wars yet?
No.
Oh my
my
gosh.
Womp, womp, womp.
I might watch the new one because Disney are making it. Oh, that
Oh,
gets a lot of
jeez.
like.
Oh.
Yeah, it's going to be starring Johnny Depp as Jar Jar Shanks.
Now that Leia's a Disney princess, now I'll watch it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Wow.
That's hysterical.
Oh, yeah. So if those of you who have been tuning in to what we've been up to the past couple of weeks with the 7-year anniversary, we've been giving away, Fusion's been giving away some free things on Twitter to some of our dedicated listeners.
Yes.
I have.
Yeah, what were they winning?
There were winning Juno shirts that you can't even get anymore.
Yeah.
Can I win a Juno
Or like
shirt?
ancient. I think the last time they had them was like what FanFest, like 06 or something.
Long time ago, man.
Yeah.
How do we
They
get
had
those?
these
How do we
for a
procure those?
Long time.
How do we
So
even
I was asking questions on Twitter, and people had answered at random between all of them, and lucky person got one. So we gave away like 9.
Yeah, so shout out to those people. Do you remember any of their names off the top of your head?
No. And I'm scared to open Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't you have a smartphone? Could you not open it on your smartphone?
I don't have a column for PFA in my tweet deck, and it's just
I thought you were going to say something else like, I'm scared my phone screen will break if I turn it on.
I wouldn't be surprised. I can just look at it right now and it would just explode.
Fusion's got a
the
rain
kind of
cloud
day
above his head
that
the
I'm
week
having
before
here with
E3.
technology. Yeah, this is
You got a rain
the
cloud above your
opposite
head.
of a good day here.
Had a bad day again.
But later on in the show, we will be giving away. We have 3 CDs to give away. We have Final Fantasy XI chips. We have Final Fantasy XI's Soundtrack Plus, and we have the Piano Collection CD. So we'll be giving those away
Yes.
at the end of the show once I decide how we're going to do that.
And that's presuming, we don't lose him.
Yeah,
Again.
right. It's like, well, we lost it all to the void there. So
Yeah, Fusion
Thomas
X has
came
been
in,
lost
ate
to the
CDs,
black hole.
and-
The black hole has swallowed him up.
I need to. We'll get these out somehow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be fine. It's fine.
I can't like selfishly keep them. I already have them. I already own copies of all these. So
I was
I
gonna say
mean,
that's kind of the thing that sucks about hosting this now is like you have like prizes to give away that I want. I want to know how to win them.
I'm giving away prizes that I want.
Yeah, Fusion's like, can
Mailing
this just
these
get...
out,
Can
and I'll just be,
FedEx
like,
just
looking at these
lose
shirts,
this?
like,
Can
I
FedEx
guarantee you,
just
SE
lose this on my
actually sent us
doorstep?
like 6 CDs, and there's like, yeah, they gave us 3 CDs to give away.
Maybe FedEx can just lose it on your doorstep.
Not so much. Yeah, it just happened to be like delivered back to me somehow.
Oopsie, return address to
We're
send.
giving away everything we got.
Yeah.
S hooked us up. We got 9 of those shirts and we got 3 CDs. So all of those are
PFA.
being given away to you.
PFA is
Yeah.
emptying our pockets tonight to our listeners. We're just
Oh
emptying them.
yeah.
Nice. So before we
literally,
get
though,
into
it's like- It's like receipts, but
before we get into our 7th anniversary shenanigans, we've got a few things in terms of news and dev tractor stuff just to kind of get out of the way, and then we can kind of continue on with some of our PFA stuff.
with the lulls
Yeah,
Double
with the
And the
lulls.
raffles.
Yeah, so
and the raffles.
Double has been going on now for what? I guess 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, it started like last week.
Yeah. So those of you that haven't been online for it, you probably should. If you haven't, I think you have another week or so of double salvage papers. I know I've been taking advantage of it. It's definitely working out pretty nicely in our little group's favor because we're actually getting some stuff done, and it's not taking a month to do it.
It's always nice when you're able to actually accomplish things in the game.
Yeah. So I know there's been a lot of people with salvage papers are, sometimes few and far between. You can only get them from certain zones. So by them doubling the papers, it's actually allowed people to get different items from different zones more frequently. So, yeah. Mog Bonanza Marbles. You guys still have, was it till June 16th?
Bonanza, yeah.
June 16th is the last day to get your Mog Bonanza Marbles. So if you haven't already gotten them, you probably want to do that, especially if you want to.
I feel like we just did a Mog Bonanza. Didn't we just do one just a few months ago?
We did.
They do a Mog Bonanza like every 4 days.
But this is the Mog Bonanza for the 11th anniversary.
You know what? I wonder why. So you can get the last day for marbles is like June 16th, but they're not doing the drawing until like July something.
They always do that.
Why?
Yeah.
They just wait a month because
Why
they don't
can't, if the last day to buy is the 16th, why can't they come out on June 17th and be like, okay, here you go?
Right.
So we
Right.
can appreciate our free inventory spaces just a little bit more.
Like, I wonder if there's like a legit like reason that they do that, because like
maybe there's some kind of legal thing.
maybe, but because that makes no sense. That's
It
just
doesn't.
stupid.
You're right. I always
And you know what
wondered that
else?
too.
You know what else? And I found this out this week that is also very stupid. They still have that glitch where if you get a marble where 0 is like the first digit, it won't show up in the chat log when you
Yeah.
go to pick your numbers. Yeah, that's been an issue like ever since they started this. I've reported it like 2 or 3 times, I think.
And what
it's
do they
still
say?
there.
Nothing.
Guess how much they
They're
care
just
about
like
that fusion.
they're like, we'll
Yeah,
look into
thanks.
it.
Guess
Yeah,
how much?
Thanks for pointing it out.
Apparently not at all.
0.
Last
No.
day for marbles is the 27th. 27th.
16.
It's the 16th of June.
Well, to be fair, you also put the date of the show wrong in the document here too
Yeah.
when you started this.
That was because I copied and pasted it from the other old document from 299, so that's why the date was wrong. I fixed it like 2 weeks ago.
No, you still have time for marbles. You have like one more day for the screenshot contests and the shield contests. So if you want to do those, we won't go into detail on
Oh.
that. But
Maybe she might be right. Actually, maybe marbles were extended to June 27th.
I
Okay.
thought
Saying
I
this isn't
had
going on.
until the end of the month when I looked recently.
Oh. Well, they did extend the salvage papers, so if they extended that too, no surprise.
my Skype chat right now is really funny looking because it's got like first his head and then like Teal's icon, which is like a body.
Nice.
Oh, great.
The funniest thing I have ever seen.
So you see some...
I see your head on
Yeah.
her.
Well, I hope it is exciting for you.
Just lose the Expos hat. That's all.
Oh, there's nothing wrong with the Expos. You gotta
What
go
did
with...
the Expos play? What sport?
They used to be an MLB team. They're the Washington Nationals now.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, they moved. Anyway,
Throwback.
yeah, Kupo powers are also still in effect. So if you haven't noticed, yeah, crouch down and heal in some of the original zones, and you get the speed boost and all those fun things. So
I
those are
love the
still
Coop
around.
hours.
Yeah. Was there anything else as far as game news go? I know they put. Oh, we're going to talk about this, I guess, in Dev Trackers. We can jump into it right away. Monstrosity has been put on the test server.
It has, and I haven't had a chance to check it out
So
yet.
any of you who have installed, actually, I don't even think you need to have the expansion installed to see it. In your main menu, you'll see Monstrosity as an option. It's blanked out right now. Many people wondered what this was. It's basically a little system SE's implementing where you can play as a monster.
No, it's the play as a monster. So we heard about this back at Banifest.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were like, what? We don't want to play as a monster. We want, like, expansions and content and jobs.
And new things to do, which
But,
you got. So yeah, this is up on the test server. So they're encouraging people to, of course, jump on there and give it a try, and kind of see the ins and outs of it if you haven't already. And you're interested in that kind of a thing. maybe you've been a Beastmaster for the last 11 years and you want to feel what it feels like to be on the other side of the table, then maybe, that's something for you.
I just
Not so
have
much.
this feeling
Not
like
so much. I would
it's
much
gonna
rather be the
be-
Beastmaster.
But can you turn into a monster and have the Beastmaster charm you?
Oh, good question.
Ooh, there you go.
That'd be weird.
It depends on what Beastmaster was charming me. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Ho
Oh,
ho!
Oh,
oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, I got a feeling that this whole system, it'll just be, it'll be like another Chocobo Racing or Moblin Maze Mongers or something. It'll come out, everybody will jump on it for, a month or two, and then no one will care.
Pangration, baby.
I was just
Evelyn.
thinking that.
I was cleaning out my inventory the other day, and I still have all the materials to make that Evelith polearm.
nice.
I was like, oh man. I should
Oh,
find somebody
man.
to make it for me and just walk around town and just be like, check this out. I still have one of the Eveliths too. It took me forever to get that thing, and all it is, it's like polearm weapon skill crit plus 3% or something. It's horrible. It took me forever to get that thing.
I feel like you've been talking about this pole arm that you made for the last 5 episodes.
What? No, I haven't made it. I've just had the materials forever. I've had the materials in my inventory since that content came out, and I just never made it because it wasn't that great. Even when it first came out, it was good for a couple weeks, and then
something else came out.
immediately became irrelevant. Yeah.
One of the other things that they're, of course, announcing as well is that the artifact armor is going to finally be coming out for Geomancer and Runefencer. So,
But it's level 99.
yeah, so they had a couple reasons why they did this way, and this is what they explain here. So they go, one reason is that the Adeline content is specifically for 99 plus, and as such, the monsters in those areas are extremely high level. Trying to acquire level 50 and level 60 gear in these areas just doesn't make sense. The other major reason is that most of you are looking forward to wearing these new artifact armors to do battle with the monsters that lurk in the Adeline areas. So the development team made the decision to implement them at the proper level which they can be used. Item level wise, we are planning for these to be at least level 105, but is still in development, so it may change. With that being said, quest difficulty will match the item level, so you might feel a little bit nostalgic having to organize parties to hunt down this gear, much like you had to do back in the day for your first artifact sets.
Yeah,
So-
I don't know if they've looked at the game recently. Nothing is like it was back in the day.
Wow,
It's-
yeah.
I wasn't sure what to take away. I mean, it feels weird that they're not doing the same route that they have for all the other jobs that they've added over the years.
The thing that kind of gets me now is I've been following the different posts that they've been making, about a lot of the new equipment and a lot of the new weapons and that, and you see a lot of reference to them saying things like they just said in here, level 105, and it's just one of those things where it's okay, so we're stuck at level 99, but now you're in theory giving us gear that makes it seem like we're a higher level
It's
than we are.
Odd, yeah.
It just seems a little bit odd, you know what I mean? It was why didn't you just give us a higher level?
PS2 limitations.
Yeah,
PS2
PS2 limitations.
limitations.
I believe technically they can take us to 100.
Yeah. Well,
But they can't
remember
go
they
higher.
do you remember they asked us that question? I think it was about a year or two ago. They said, do you want us to keep it at 99 or do you want to go all the way to 100?
Mm.
And they said, "Oh, well, the combination of sub-job abilities that would happen if the sub-job was
Maybe
level 50.
maybe if you complete Adeline, you unlock level 100. There you
Yeah.
go.
There you go. Boom.
We have to redesign the HUD to allow it to say 100 in third digit.
This will take us. This will take.
This will
us
take priority
3
over the
years.
new UI, as this alone will take several months to complete.
It's yeah. Anyways, we'll see
Don't
you guys
even
next
joke
year.
about that. It's not funny.
It
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Hysterical.
Just like someday we'll get Kite Sith as a playable,
Kite Sith?
or not Kite Sith.
I have the greatest image ever in my head right now. I have your
Kite
character
Sith.
running through a field with a kite that is just a picture of Kate Sith on it.
No, I picture a kite that is a Star
Sith?
Wars Sith. Yeah.
Oh,
A Sith
it's
kite?
Oh,
Darth
God.
kite.
It's like a Darth Maul kite.
I kind of agree with Carletta. I felt like you were using it as a verb there. I'm kiting Kate Sith.
Yeah.
Sure.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
I'm gonna go with steak on this one.
Nope.
No.
Sorry.
Just no.
We'll put it in Gerudo. Put it in that category.
Oh god.
Gerudo.
Put it in Gerudo. Oh
Put it
dear.
in the Gerudo category.
Why does Gerudo have a kite tail sticking out of her butt? Well, you see.
Never mind that. Moving on.
I mean, at least she's like the wind avatar, right? So I mean, wind and kite like that.
Like, here, Gerudo, hold this.
It's dangerous to go alone.
Take this.
Oh boy.
It's just all bad. Let's continue. This is just bad. And it's Bursty's fault. Oh, I'm gonna hate you so much in the morning, Bursty.
Hate who? What did I do?
I hate you and Twitch.
Oh,
Because I'm gonna be like, oh, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Life is bad.
yeah.
I hear you.
Coffee and an IV.
Actually, I'm going to work earlier now. So I'm
Alright.
going in at like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh my gosh.
Ugh.
You guys would have appreciated this. I was talking to some people about that, and I made a really bad joke because I was like, yeah, you know, I'll lose an hour of sleep, but that's all right. I don't need any more beauty sleep.
Lol.
And then they just gave me a look like you would expect. And so I still got it after 7 years. I still can't make a good joke.
Cheddar.
Crickets chirping.
Cheddar.
Good to know some things never change.
Cheese.
Ah!
Yeah. So back
Yeah.
on the,
Yeah, elemental magic.
back on the monorail.
Magic and elements.
Monorail.
Wow.
Monorail, monorail, monorail. Remember that?
Yeah.
And Steak
Yeah.
can make anything into a song.
That's right.
Or
Simpsons
That was from The
reference,
Simpsons.
right?
Yeah, that's right. I was wondering who
Love
was
that
with me.
I was
So-
wondering where that was from.
You
I
were
figured
with me on that. Yes.
I
It
was
was, of course, from The
riding right
Simpsons.
along with you.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
Well,
Elemental magic, it's changing.
it's changing before your
It's getting
eyes.
to buffs, yo.
Before your very eyes.
Yeah, so as many of you have probably noticed if you've been playing a lot of the Adeline content, many of the new weapons sort of, what's the easiest way to explain it? Really, I think,
Break the
are
game.
really good
yeah,
looking.
they're really good looking, and the stats are really good, and in terms
Ridiculously
of,
good.
if you think of pre-Adeline content, the ceiling was sort of, where we always sort of gotten used to it in the last couple of years, if that makes sense. And really with Adeline, it's almost like the ceiling just kind of...
These delve weapons, they grab like a relic or an Empyrean weapon and they pull it down and they fart in its face.
Yeah. Basically, it's taken the ceiling for like what...
Ow!
Yeah.
I'm just trying to keep it lively, okay?
It just made me think of, like, when I was new to the game, I wanted a Gungnir, because it had 100 damage, and that was just absurd.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's kind of like what I was getting at. Is like the ceiling for what weapons and things can do in the game is seemingly just sort of taking a big leap forward all at once.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of what it looks like they're doing with these magic updates. Is they're kind of just saying, okay, well, we got to play catch up now, and we got to get things back.
Do you kind of get the feeling like, every time they would have a new content come out, like the damage would just creep up a little bit, and then someone at SE was just like, you know what, let's just cut out the middleman, dump ahead 7 years worth of damage increments, and we're good.
Yeah.
Well, it's weird that they're doing this, and then you guys mentioned like how they're kind of playing catch up because that's what they've been doing before Adeline came out for like years. Is all they were doing is, okay, we're updating this, updating that, updating this, and adding these things that people wanted 5 years ago, and so it feels like they're kind of getting just back into like the, okay, we have a few new areas now. Now we can go back to just updating stuff again.
Right. Well, do you guys think that this is going to be like the last expansion for 11?
It's hard to say. I mean, every impression they've given us is as
man.
long as people
Like-
keep playing, they'll keep
Like,
making
if
content.
it is, let's assume, let's just say for a moment, just for the sake of argument, that this is the last expansion that they're planning on doing. You got to figure they've got to be in the process of like getting the game to where like they don't really have to do that much updating. And just kind of get it into a state where they just do like little fixes here and there, and then that's it. right?
Mhm.
Like, so they can just do like, bare-boned development crew. I mean,
Well, that's probably partial to why they want to redo the the UI in the game, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's got to be a reason.
They
Yeah,
want to modify a lot of that stuff to just make things probably easier to code, because I mean, try being somebody who's going to try recoding something that's 15 years old.
Well, it's not even really that they need to recode it. I mean, the problem is that they're still bound by the limitations of the PlayStation 2
Right.
and their client, and so they have to deal with that while making this new UI, and so that's why it's taken like another year to do it, which is unfortunate.
Doesn't it really feel like you could have been saying bound by the limitations of the PS2 when this show began, episode 1? I think we've been saying that forever.
This show is bound by the limitations of the PlayStation 2.
If all else fails, blame the PS2.
Or Canada.
Yeah. We
It's
can't
so
blame
Or Canada.
Canada. We never
Or
did
Fusion
anything.
X.
We didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the next expansion is going to be called Final Fantasy XI: The Secret of the Ooze.
no.
No.
Yeah, and we're going to have Green Ninja Turtles as our
Go Ninja,
bad
go
guy.
Ninja, go.
And Vanilla
That's what
Ice.
monstrosity is. You get to turn into a Ninja Turtle.
Yes!
That's right.
I'm Michelangelo.
You would be.
Where is
Everyone's
Where
just going
is
to be
the
like
pizza?
Genbu now. Adamantoys is walking around.
where's the
Can we-
pizza?
I don't know. You can't, I don't think you can name. If you can name yourself, like after your, like if you're in monstrosity, you can name yourself. We need to get 4 people together, and we need to be the Ninja Turtles.
Make them into the turtles.
We could do. We could do 5. We could add Venus in there if we really had to. But I think we should walk around as a group of 4 Adamantoys and just maybe get a. There aren't any rats, are there? We need to get a.
Yeah, there is. There's Quickerns.
Kikern, yeah.
Yeah, but can you do?
No.
Quick, maybe we'll
Karen's a beast, man. You probably can't do that one.
We'll do a Rara. Barrera could be Splinter. We'll just let it slide.
So we're gonna go down into like what quicksand
actually-
caves to get those tiny adamantoys.
They actually have a Ninja Turtles reference in A Realm Reborn.
Oh, you
There's-
had to drop that one in here,
There's
didn't
a
you?
there's a
Oh,
fate- there's a
you know
fate
what?
Oh,
Final
yay.
Fantasy XI isn't,
You gotta
isn't
kill
up to
this-
snuff. They don't have Ninja
Yay.
Turtle references.
This bandit leader. His name is like Splinter or something or whatever. And after you defeat him, he runs away and he summons his pet turtle named Shredder.
That is cute.
Oh,
Wrong
that's, yeah,
game.
come on.
Love it.
You had to do that, eh? You know, oh yeah.
We were talking about turtles.
11 doesn't have Ninja Turtles, but ARR does. Oh yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it does have a Ninja Turtles reference. I don't know. I've never
Yeah.
seen one.
You
Maybe
gotta
I just
go
haven't
around.
seen-
You gotta go hanging out in the sewers. of
Borderlands
Bastock
2
little
has a
more.
Ninja Turtles reference.
They're hanging out in the sewers of Bastock.
There you go.
They're there. You just don't know. Just go look for the sewer drain pipes. Walk down.
I think Sandoria has an oubliette. They could be in there. It's kind of a sewer.
An oubliette.
I was gonna say, out of like all the city sewers, I think Bastock is actually the only one that you can't actually go down into the sewer.
Wait, doesn't Adulan? Doesn't that city have a sewer?
they have
way?
the waterways. Windhurst has the waterways, right? They got whatever those things are.
Yeah,
They don't want to expose us to all that Galco waste, that's why.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, the Galco waste just lives in the city. They're in Bastock mines.
Oh,
Aww.
awful.
It's horrible.
Aw, that's funny. Making fun of Galcas.
All the girls are like, "It's so horrible," and you're just like, "Ah,
You're like,
Ah.
Canadian sense of humor."
Galcas, just bah. There are Hume slaves. Anyway.
As a native Bastokian, I resemble that remark.
Oh,
So yeah,
Oh.
I think we're well into our shenanigans. That's for sure.
the secret is the shenanigans started at the very beginning.
Yeah.
The
Dun,
best
dun,
part
dun.
is that shenanigans in the document is
I was
typed
about to
wrong.
say, as some of you who have been listeners
Shenanigans.
Shenanigans.
some of you have been listeners for more than a week
Shenanigans.
know that we make Google Docs to plan out what we're going to say and what we're going to talk about and link this and do that sort of thing. Anyways, yeah, we actually put shenanigans right in this one because we just knew it was going to happen. There's no avoiding it.
Yeah.
Shenanigans.
we looked at this one at the beginning, and we're like, is it really even worth making a Google Doc this time. We know we're gonna have Tila and Squigs in here, and we're not gonna stick to it.
To be honest, we thought Chin was going to be here too, and then it was just going to
We
be
did.
bleep and a
We
bleep,
thought
bleep,
a
bleep.
lot of people were gonna be here. So,
But this is what you
So
get.
sad.
This is
oh,
what you get.
by the way, probably worth mentioning, other Joe is actually not here. He's actually in Hawaii.
Is that
Oh,
what it
nice.
is?
I was in Hawaii.
I forget what he's. I know, right? But he's out there doing some stuff, so he sends his best and all that, generic, whatever, kind
Generic
of.
jargon.
Sorry, I
Generic
can't be
jargon.
there, and
His
that kind of
ble-
thing.
his
Wish you
blah,
were
blah.
here.
No, it's glad you're not here.
That's right. I'll get him back next week after he flies in at 11 p.m. and has to go to E3 the next morning.
Joe is literally sitting here with us right now, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm the only Joe. I don't have to be Joe number 2 anymore. I'm Joe
That's what
number
he
1."
thinks. I'd forgotten about that. I'm gonna start using that now.
Oh, great.
For this
Joe 2?
episode. Shut up, Joe number 2.
Oh, here we go again.
We can tell him to shut up too. He can be our Joe number 1 placeholder for this episode.
I don't think that's quite what I signed
Special.
on for.
Yeah.
You didn't sign anything. We
That's
can do
true.
whatever we want. There's no legal ramifications.
When do y'all start doing contracts?
We didn't. That's what I'm saying. He didn't sign anything. We can do whatever we want.
That's right.
That's right.
We can do whatever we like.
Lol.
Wow.
I love shenanigans anyway.
Mm-hmm.
I feel the need to be pistol whipped.
Oh god. I was just thinking the Super Trooper.
Yep.
Next person that says shenanigans is getting pissed off. Hey Farva, what's that restaurant you like to go to? The one where you ride on the walls? Oh, you mean shenanigans?
Oh,
I haven't seen that movie in ages. Oh man.
oh, it's an outstanding movie.
Tila
Did
probably
I
has
just say meow?
I bet Tila has like Super Troopers and Star Wars and all the other like really cool pop culture movies that people have been referencing for like 20 years, all just like in one DVD pile
I
Two
don't even
walls
know what
eventually.
you were just
with a little
talking
a little
about.
post-it note that says "I'll get to these eventually."
One day.
One of these.
I really
Assuming
feel like there
it's
should be a.
3.
I feel like there should be a Mithra that, like, at some point just says, "Did I just say meow? Meow?
Meow.
Meow?
Meow. What is going on?
What is going on here?
Meow."
Meow. I could say meow. I could. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Oh,
All right.
no.
Moving right along.
Moving right along.
Moving right along.
Just loving that moving right along right now. Mm-hmm.
Pretty much.
Yep. Yeah, so shenanigans. This is something I've typed it in here. I figured we probably would be able to come up with this in collaboration with the people in the chat.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
You know what I mean, right? So
I think so, yeah.
if we can't come up with 10, then we can't come up with 10. But all the week, with the tweets, Fusion was asking some different nostalgic questions about Pet Food Alpha, and I figured that people must have like their top moments. You know what I mean? Like, so for those of you that are in the chat and those of you that are here, what are your top Pet Food Alpha moments?
Babies and drawers!
Baby's Yours is up there.
Babies and draws.
Though I myself am quite fond of Joe flying out of his
Oh my
chair.
God, don't
I forgot
squeeze
about
it.
that. Joe
Yeah.
flying out of his chair.
I don't think
Joe
I'll ever
for-
forget the
and,
Joe out of his chair
and-
episode.
And Chin falling asleep and choking on her headset cord.
I
You just
remember
hear gagging, and then what's going on?
she's like,
Like how?
What-
How do you do
what
that?
just happened?
How do you choke on your headset cord?
it's like, did you want? She's like, call 911. 911. Aw, my top
That's
moment was
funny.
discovering PFA for the first time. That's such a sweet little
Oh,
answer.
Sweet.
Aw, just everybody all at the same time. Aw.
Oh.
Fusion doesn't do it because he's so,
There are lots of moments. In fact, like if you go back and you like listen to like any of the New Year's episodes that we've done, where I've put
Lord.
together like the clips of all the different like staple moments, they're freaking hilarious, man.
the PFA
And you
clip
know
shows.
what? Yeah, Did you talk about the one thing, Fusion?
I don't know.
The
Ed. Yeah, Ed's Mansion. Ed's Mansion. Party at Ed's
EdCon.
Mansion. That was a good episode.
Gold EdCon.
did you mention that?
Yeah.
What?
You did?
What?
Those thingies?
He didn't mention anything.
What?
You did mention. I think he did.
Hell
No,
are
I
you
didn't.
Look,
talking
look
about?
in the chat.
In the chat.
Oh, I didn't even.
Oh.
Did you mention those?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they're in the post.
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked
Okay.
about them.
Okay, so with those with the PFA 4-year collectors thing, there's like a whole bunch of those on there.
Yeah, there's
Like,
the full
For the
blown
new,
clip CD.
yeah, for like the New Year's ones, I just like picked out a bunch of the clips and stuff. But like on those discs, he picked out a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a bunch.
There are some great suggestions coming in on the chat.
There's a
Oh, okay,
whack
that's it.
load.
Is there a whack
A
load?
whack load.
There's a
Oh
whack
boy.
load.
Fusion, does your stomach
like I
still
need
turn at
an
the mention of
adult.
Maker's Mark?
What's that?
Does your stomach still turn at the mention of Maker's Mark?
Slightly. My dad had like this Maker's Mark. It was like barbecue sauce or some kind of like tangy sauce thing. I took one look at it. I'm like, no, get that out of here. Do not want.
When Fusion gets sick on Maker's Mark, oh yes!
Yeah.
Oh, my-
I swear I
Done
gave
me in.
Fusion a shot of Maker's Mark, and the moment he swallowed it, he crapped in his pants.
Ew.
That was rather visual.
It was
I
like-
did not actually crap in my pants.
No, he was like,
so-
"Excuse me, good sirs, while I go vomit." Oh,
He tried to do his
my.
best impression of an English accent.
It was pretty good.
It was terrible.
Yeah, no, that
I
was-
like the word sir though used.
So let's see, what else do we got? PFA Love Child.
PFA Love Child, yeah. PFA Love Child.
Ed.
You got Pet Food Alpha Music. You've got oh, look who's here! It's Ed.
Oh God.
Ed.
It's Ed
Oh my God.
himself.
He's at work. Oh jeez.
And he found a way to
Fails.
come online. What a good guy. What a good guy.
PFA being around as Ed gets fired for his jobs for 7 years. All right.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
You know what I
Kieran's
Legfoot.
first episode.
Legfoot.
first
Lightfoot, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Legfoot. I was around for Legfoot even, jeez.
Oh, Kieran's first episode? That was craziness, dude. What a nightmare of an editing session, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
It was great, but it was like, oh my gosh.
I still remember. I think this was pre the end of Wings of the Goddess, and like I remember everybody. This was before Abyssia came out, and I remember you guys did an episode. This was before I was a host, and it was like 25 minutes long. And I remember always looking at like how long the episodes were and being like, okay, hour and a half, 2 hours, 3-hour episodes. And then there was this 25-minute one. And I remember the title of it was like The Episode of Nothing.
Oh yeah, the episode of nothing.
There was just nothing to talk about. You guys managed
You know
to talk
what?
about something
We
for
always
25
managed
minutes.
to talk about something.
I know you guys started talking to think about Hello Kitty.
Even if there was
Hello Kitty
zero
Online.
news, we would find.
You're like the
some-
masters of BSing. Like,
We're pretty good
what
at
do
it.
we have for news this week? We have nothing. All right, let's talk about or the TV show Dinosaurs. Yeah, let's talk about that for 20 minutes.
yeah. I remember that.
He's the baby, gotta love him.
Oh yes. How about
I actually got
the,
like the McDonald's glasses from that show.
how about the Grinch song? That was fun.
Mm.
Yeah,
And
somebody
the
was
steak
mentioning.
rendition of Ragnarok.
That's right, Steak's rendition of Ragnarok. I know that was like a favorite moment that was tweeted out this week.
Hello
Oh,
Kitty.
Yeah. When Steak did that
Da-da-dum-dum-da-da-dum.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air spoof.
Yeah, you can download those. Those are up on the site.
Those are on. Did you YouTube those? Are those on the tube?
Those are up on GE. They're only MP3s.
Oh,
MP3 Onery.
You can download them though. They are available. Remember, Hello Kitty.
Hello Kitty.
I
Hello,
remember my
Say
second
Hello Kitty in the chat.
time on PFA. You guys must not have had anything to talk about. Fusion comes on Skype and is talking to me. He says like something to the effect of, "Hey, I don't think Steak and I have too much to talk about on the show tonight. Would you mind coming on so we can rip on you for a bit?" Something to that
I don't
effect.
know that I would ever say that.
It was something to that effect, but nevertheless, I was still like, sure, I want to get on, absolutely.
It's amazing how many people remember things that I have no account of.
I remember my first episode where I introduced myself. I think that's even the title of the episode. And it was just Steak, and Steak just comes on Skype, and he messaged me, and he goes, hey. And I'm like, hey. And he's like, Fusion X isn't here. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, so remember how we did that interview?
I need somebody to talk dirty to me.
He's like, remember how we did that interview thing? I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, you're good. I'm going to give you a call, and we're just going to have to record our conversation, and that's going to be the episode. I'm like, okay, so that means I'm a host then? Or he's like, yeah, just introduce yourself. It's fine.
Wow.
Worst mistake ever.
We were a little cautious after certain events, and just saying, "Yeah, you want to be a host? Okay, come on in."
Okay, sure.
Yeah. You guys actually did interviews.
Yeah, we did.
Ascalia didn't have an interview. What gives?
No, I didn't. I was, well, let's see, what led to me joining the show? It's like, hey, do you still play 11?
We're going to chalk that up to a clerical error.
I was going to say, somebody has to file a complaint with Gamer Escape HR department.
Hi, this is the HR department. This is Steak. How can I help?
Okay.
I did too have an interview. The interview question was, do you still play 11 a lot?
That's true. Remember?
Do you still play?
Remember?
11, comma.
Remember when we
Question
set up
mark?
when we were selling those shirts for FanFest via PayPal, and you had to put a number in for PayPal?
Oh, yeah, and
Ed
called me.
called it. Hi,
And
is
I
this
was like,
PFA?
hello? I was like, hello? And he's like, hi, is this PFA? I'm like, yeah.
He's like trying to change his voice. He's like, no, it's not PFA.
You've got the wrong number. I'm so sorry.
Oh man, how did this show make it to 7 years?
It's a good question.
Maybe some questions are better left unexplored.
Maybe it's just, it's on the list up there with like who made Stonehenge and.
Next time on Pet Food Alpha, will we make 8 years? We'll see.
Dun, dun, dun.
World will go crazy before then.
If we do an episode every other month, we only have to do 6.
Yeah, that's true. It's kind of sad.
Hey, we try. We try. It's just there's that little thing of
Attendance? Yeah, we'll say attendance.
It's okay, I think Voices of Vana'diel did its 1-year anniversary special for like episode 8.
You mean like episode 2? It was like, all right, guys, 1-year anniversary, episode 2.
So what do you guys think the most epic episode of Pet Food Alpha has been?
The Invasion Zone. Sorry, I had to throw that in there.
Go away.
That's a little
Shut
bit
up,
of a
Joe
biased,
number 2.
That's a biased opinion, Joe number 2.
A little bit.
Don't-
Yeah, there's some
don't-
bias in there.
Don't jive talk the listeners like that.
I'm talking
No jive talking here. No jive talk
Kazam
with
and cheese.
Kazam and cheese.
I don't know if we had a best episode. They're all pretty good.
They are. You know, like I like the first time that DJ Play School was on. That was a good episode.
I was thinking if I wanted, I'm like, do I want to match something with DJ Play School?
Yeah, dude.
Because I don't know if I would say it was like the best episode ever, but he did. There was some good eps in there.
DJ Play School always brings it, man. And I think like, and it's partly because like he's been playing the game forever, like
Since the dawn of
it's like before
Vana'diel.
any release or something ridiculous.
Since the dawn of Vana'diel.
I think he was probably playing like when FF9 released. He's just like in a room somewhere at Square Enix playing the early alpha. All it is Ron Force, the only zone, but it's
They're
sweet,
like
guys.
passing
I'm
him
telling
past his desk. He's like, why are there so many rabbits? And why is it that they can always kill me no matter what level I am?
This
Like that's
ram
the
is
reason
very
Jack
large.
exists. They just had to put a stronger rabbit in because he was learning how to kill them.
People that played like the 11 alpha or beta, they're like, back in our day, Endgame was the ram in Conchstadt Highlands.
So exciting.
Oh no, SF SF Chuck, and it just the episode that we did when the level cap was announced, that overnight episode, that was an awesome time.
All I remember is me and Aniro freaking out because the paladin levels up in the mire, and you see level 76, and
Yeah,
we're just like,
76.
oh my god! And then
Yeah.
so they're like something Japanese 99 something. We're just like, what?
Yeah,
I
some
remember
of
that night.
those Vanifest episodes that were like 17 hours long were always awesome.
Oh,
You know,
I
it's
think if you go back and look at the podcast list, I think some of our longest episodes were always around Vanifest.
PFA Con.
It's almost like we're all Yasu Kurosawa.
Yeah, that's true. PFA Con was awesome because we were doing same room live broadcasting with call-ins. That was awesome and complicated. And we were up forever trying to figure out how to edit that crap.
The best part about that was I could make hand gestures across the room. Like if we needed to move on, I would just be look at it and be like, come on. We have 20 more people that want to call in.
That's right. I remember walking that line. every day of my
Joe
life.
would call in and I would do the slit throat thing. No, get him out of here.
No, get him out of here.
We do not
Get him
want
out of here.
Is that Joe number 1 or Joe number 2?
That was
Yes.
Joe number.
Joe
Yes.
number
Yes,
1.
thanks.
Come on.
Yes is the answer, which
Okay, I thought so.
You guys made him so sad there for a second because he thought you were talking about him.
No, I walked the fine line of callers every day of my life. It's not me.
So one of the other things that I typed in this thing here among our shenanigans, because I think we talked a little bit about where Joe is, but Tayla, is she still here?
Yeah, I'm just wondering how you're changing that page in front of my eyes.
he's a magician.
It's technology.
Because that's kind of weird.
Oh,
It keeps lighting up and getting
Oh.
words all over it.
yeah. Anyways, what I was going to get at is, what have you been up to? Are you still playing 11 or
Oh, kinda ish.
kind of ish?
I've gone back to university to do a photography degree, so as well as working, because I'm still doing journalism and that, my gaming time's cut right down. But I've been in a dueling. I leveled Geomancer to 99, so I was playing around with that. And I've kind of done some of the reads and a couple of the quests, but I haven't done any of the skirmish or the delve stuff yet.
Okay, right on. I haven't.
My mom is still hardcore every day
Oh,
playing
really?
Sir Dante. Oh my god, yes. She went to bed at about 11:30 tonight and she called me up on the mobile phone to say, I'm Dark Knight 92 now. She's got 14.99s. Oh my god.
Oh.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, so she's overtook me now.
Tila
yeah,
has the
I
coolest
still
mom
play.
ever.
Yeah, no, I know, right? I was just
Wow.
thinking, you know what? I remember, right before we started this episode, Tila, I was like, why is that name so familiar? And then as soon as you started talking, Tila, I just had a total flashback to, episode 200 or something like that. And I totally dawned on me who Tila was.
Yeah.
Teeler. Miss you, Tila.
I missed you guys. I didn't miss staying up till 6 a.m. though.
Oh, did you?
Like now,
No
it's
doubt,
4 a.m.
no doubt.
this morning, but I napped before we started. So
We
I
used to
would-
record later too. This used to be
Oh
our
my
start
God.
time. Remember that? You'd be up till
Ugh.
4 in the morning. We'd start at 4 in the morning your time.
Sometimes I would go to bed at 7:30 and then get up for work at 10 and just drink coffee all day.
Oh
to
my
stay
God.
awake.
I couldn't.
The
I couldn't
things
function.
that you did to deliver the biscuit.
I would just
Yeah,
open
right.
my eyes after that, and my body would just be like, "No, you're
Nope.
done."
Calling in sick today, guys. Sure.
And today I'm mailing it in. It's a movie day, kids. So that brings us up to Squig. What?
Funny you should.
What are you doing?
Funny you should address me while I'm on a podcast that involves
Funny
talking.
you should mention this whole.
So,
What am I doing in the game?
are you-
Especially considering about, I want to say maybe 2 months ago, I lost my authenticator.
Oh.
And I haven't actually made the call/internet/whatever I'm gonna have to.
It's got to be an
eventually.
internet because
I know it's gonna be an internet thing to get it fixed. So yeah, I
Here's
haven't been.
a
In fact, I think I still have my old Mog Bonanza marbles from the last time they did Mog Bonanza.
Oh dear.
Still on my character.
Wow.
Yeah,
She's probably got the winner.
However, we do
did
have
you know,
a day
though?
off on Friday.
Squig, do you
So
have
I'm-
a smartphone?
I do.
Do you have like an iPhone?
And I already have the app downloaded. I just haven't actually,
Oh, I was
'cause
gonna
I
say
have to get
because
my-
I don't think you need to like punch in a number from your
You do.
authenticator, do you, to get rid of it and then switch it to
you
the...
do.
Yeah.
You do.
You do?
You do.
Yes.
Do.
Absolutely.
Oh, is that why you had to make a estranged phone call?
So what I'm
I
probably
see.
going to end up doing is I have a day off on Friday, and I'm going to have to work half the day anyway. But the other half of the day, I'll probably spend.
The other half of the day, you'll spend it on hold.
yeah, I'll spend it on hold. Square Enix trying to get back.
Some nice elevator music in the background.
Yes,
We shouldn't
latest
say that, 'cause they don't do-
since
It'll be
since I
internet
lost
hold.
my authenticator, even though he can get on his account.
Yeah.
We haven't done any of the expansion content at all because I lost it like a week before the expansion came out.
So did you have like 99s though, like last time you were playing, or are you still?
Yeah, my Beastmaster's 99.
Oh, okay.
And
I
I
was gonna
think
say.
being Black Mage next, I think it was like 96 or 97. But yeah, I mean,
Beastmasters unite, yo.
For reals.
absolutely. But
Yeah. Go do monstrosity.
I don't want to get charmed by anybody.
Wait a minute, can I be a lizard and charm a rabbit?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think it works like that.
Shut up,
I
Joe
don't
number 2.
think you hear this. Oh, she's heckling me in the background.
Joe, you're getting there, Joe.
What?
What? What?
What do you
I'm
mean what?
confused.
Nothing!
Okay.
What?
Yeah, something happened in the background. Somebody was yelling.
What?
Yeah, it was she heckling me in the background.
Oh,
Tell him, shut up. You can tell him that Fusion X said so.
he'd be like, "Who is
Yeah, he'll-
this Fusion X?"
And he'll drive over here and be like, what did you say to me? That'd be weird.
You see these lights in your driveway. All of a sudden, Fusion goes offline again. It's like, oh, yeah.
Sit down and talk hours upon hours upon hours about Final Fantasy XIV.
Yeah.
Save it for Aetherite Radio.
Yeah.
Oh.
Save it for,
He is a talker. We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. It's nice when he gets around our folk.
Oh man.
How many years is Aetherite Radio at now? I never even thought about that.
You know, it's funny. I haven't actually really paid attention
You never-
to
you've
that
never-
with Aetherite Radio.
You've never
This
kept
is
track of
never.
it?
No, not really.
Well, it's
Probably
pretty easy with
been-
iTunes now. You can just go back and see what the
Been
first published
it's
episode
probably
was.
been about 4 years,
Really?
4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Wow. So,
Yep.
the Gamerscape family of podcasts has been at it for a while. Yeah.
4 or 5 years.
We're
really?
old.
We are
We
old.
started a few months after release, I believe, or after the
After it was
announcement. I want to say
announced. Yeah, after
So
it was announced, you
probably
guys were up
like,
in about a month.
August 2009 ish, maybe.
So that'll be 4 years. Going on 4 years.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah. So, we talked a lot about what other people's fondest moments were. Fellow hostesses and hosts, what are your fondest moments?
Post die.
Host.
Yeah. What are your fondest moments of PFA? Starting with Tila.
No, don't pick me.
That's funny because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, shoot, I don't have anything. What do I got?
Meeny, miny, mo, whose little box will light up first?
I've always enjoyed doing the live episodes. I think I did 1 or 2, and they were really fun. I can't think of anything specific. Anything where I didn't make a fool of myself. There you go.
Nice.
There's probably at least a few episodes where you did do that.
Yeah, a few.
2 or 3, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Live episodes are fun. I like live episodes.
Seems to be all we do nowadays.
Well, you know what though? Like the format, I think, like the format, like how we do the live episodes now, is obviously a lot different. Like, before, when you did like the little call-ins and had the questions and answers and stuff like that, that was a little bit more like not the norm back then. You know what I mean? Like, it used to just be you would sit
used to be
there.
where live shows were like a special thing, and now we just do them all the time.
Right.
I remember, like, when I first started listening to PFA, I remember sitting in front of iTunes on, like, Thursdays and Fridays every week and being like,
Waiting.
refresh.
Yes!
And there was no Twitter or anything like that back then, so it's not like I could, like, tweet at Pet Food Alpha and be like, what's the deal? Where's the episode? I want to know where it is.
Where's
like,
the app?
And, smartphones weren't out, so it's like you didn't have the podcast apps and stuff like that like you have today, so...
Roar, I need my PFA fix.
It's kind of neat how times change how we bring the biscuit to people. You know what I mean? Like, we do things sort of more casually now with this,
I
always-
remember back in the day before the Twitters,
always live format. Before Gamer Escape.
when we used to have to manually edit an XML file.
Oh my god! And
Wasn't there,
sometimes it wouldn't work, and we couldn't figure out what the hell was wrong.
Oh, it's a period, dang it!
but wasn't there a...
there were hours where we would be looking at this thing like,
You know
okay,
what? It's the apostrophe.
oh,
That's
there's a space there. Okay,
Wasn't there another website that Pet Food Alpha like ran under at some point, like in the early years, like before Gamerscape?
Ooh, do we even want
we
to talk about
don't
that?
like to talk about
don't talk-
that.
Yeah.
I don't know any different. I'm ignorant to this stuff.
Well, now
It's the
you
dark
know.
times.
You
It was-
don't-
That
It
was a
it
very,
was a
very
website
dark
that's-
time in PFA history.
It's a website that if you were to go to it now, you may or may not catch a virus. I'm just saying.
Oh,
is it even still up?
I don't know. Is it? Go look.
I'm gonna go find out.
I have no
Oh,
script
You're
on.
start
I'm feeling
spazzing with some
brave.
crazy virus.
Doing it.
Ooh!
I'm
oh,
gonna crash again.
We
Right?
we lost.
Hear about
that.
your computer.
We lost Fusion X. He's gone again. See what we did.
Oh, it's still there, dude.
Yeah.
Oh.
It hasn't been running for about a year and a half. Or no, half a year.
I have absolutely no faith to turn off no script on this website.
It's just, all it
Don't
does
do
is
it.
well, it doesn't even do anything now.
Yeah.
It's pretty uneventful.
Squig,
Yes.
what's your favorite PFA moment?
I don't know if I can actually pick a moment. I remember both in recording the podcast and in being a listener, just freaking hours upon hours upon hours of laughing, and it's not just regular hee hee. It was like tears streaming down your face, can't breathe, laughing. I could still listen to like an episode like Don't Squeeze It, and just I'll still like be rolling on the floor.
I wonder how many people over the years we've made black out from lack of oxygen.
I'm gonna go
No
with.
telling.
I'm gonna
Plus,
go
I
with
have
0.
asthma, so that's probably
I'm gonna go with 0.
it's not exactly healthy. Sometimes if I laugh a little bit too hard, I actually do stop breathing. So
Yeah, that's bad.
yeah, that's
I wonder,
probably not so good, but it was still fun anyway.
I wonder if we've killed anybody. That's kind of a weird thought.
We should like
Yeah.
we should
Somebody
have
died of
a
laughter for PFA.
It's a good way to go.
we
Might
should-
need to
put up a
put an
poll,
inhaler, put an
like,
inhaler warning on there
Have
on,
you-
on like the PFA
have
logo.
We'll do a poll. Have you died from watching Pet Food Alpha?
Died.
Yes or no?
Yeah, because all the dead people will be able to respond to that poll.
Have you or a loved one experienced death as a result of laughter? From listening?
Happy
No, because then
300th
they'll get a
episode,
lawyer,
guys.
and the lawyer will start suing us for stuff that we don't have, and yeah, it might be bad.
300.
For $1 million, it'll be like
Like, yo, I
Yeah,
got like
it's for a
500.
fire.
What about a million kill?
I got 500 PFA business cards. You can have them.
I have. Yeah, we still got that old.
I do.
I have some too somewhere.
Whoa! You have 500 PFA business cards? You made
long
business
story.
cards?
I do. We have business.
Long story, which I will tell because you know what? Why the hell not?
Why the
So-
hell not? It's the 7th anniversary. You may as well try.
Or back was this FanFest 2008? I think it was.
I got
we
the box
were-
right here.
We were set to get business cards put in the Gabi bags.
Mm-hmm.
We got the approval from Messi. We ordered the cards. And about, I don't know, an hour later, we got an email back saying, "Oh, can you change like one more thing on it?"
It's like,
We
no!
said, "No, we cannot." And so
Because you guys already confirmed and ordered.
we ended up with 500 plus PFA business cards.
They said that we could give them away at the fan fest. We just couldn't put them in the
You
garbage.
can give them away at the booth in the room that's tucked up upstairs that nobody will go into.
Do you remember?
I don't
what the
even
problem
remember what it
with them,
was
or-
that they wanted to change.
They wanted us to put like copyright.
Oh, it was a
Oh,
copyright infringement.
something.
Ah.
They were really like anal about that
They
year.
really
But
were.
I think Ganny
For
Man had
no
the same,
reason.
Ganny Man had the same issues with FF Encyclopedia stickers that he had made. It was one of those kind of.
It's like, damn, we already made the cards.
It's like, you guys
Yeah.
sent us this already. We
You
ordered
guys
them.
said it was cool. Damn it!
And they were like a bad friend in the way, too, that they're not like, oh, well, you know what, we'll foot the bill for the mistaken card since it's our fault, and, you know, we're a big company.
It wasn't even like that. It was like there was a week left.
Yeah.
I can just see Fusion in a corner of a room just drawing little copyright logos onto every single card.
Oh God.
His little black Sharpie marker, he's just like,
Right.
copyright, there you go. Here you go, you can have a pet
I
food alpha
cannot
business card.
write this small.
It's so hard.
Card for you and card for you. No card for you.
I remember
we
we got there. They're like, "Yeah, we got your cards. They're up at the booth." And we're like, "Cool." When we get there, we're just kind of sitting there at the booth, and there wasn't a whole lot of people there. And Chin's like, "I'm bored," and she grabs all the cards and she like organizes them on the table to like spell out like PFA.
I remember that.
And then I forget who it was. They posted pictures of that fan fest somewhere, and they had a picture of our booth, but it wasn't us sitting in it. Like the podcast people had their own booth, and it was like Ryukun and like Joe Number One just sitting at our booth for some reason. And we're like, okay, wow, they're gonna put that in there, and it's not even us. Like, great.
That's hilarious.
It's like, thanks. Yeah. Good job. Escalia.
Okay.
Like Moblin Maze Mongers.
You're up next.
For my favorite PFA moment.
Your favorite PFA moment.
Jeez. Well, I mean, personally, for me, it's probably just a couple episodes. My first appearance as a regular host, that was a lot of fun for me and something I've always wanted to do, so I really enjoyed that moment. But if I had to pick something off an older episode, goodness gracious, I don't know. Like I said, I think the night where we just were up all night talking about the level cap increase and what this could mean for like the game and how it's going to like reinvigorate the game and bring people back. I thought that was a great night.
Mhm.
That was worth every bit of staying up till 9 in the morning.
I remember if I'm not mistaken, I did take a sick day the next day or something like that.
Yes,
Like,
you did.
I did
didn't
that
I?
for
I was like,
for
I'm out.
Fanafest this past year. I was like, you know what? I'm just like we didn't stream this past year.
We didn't. That's right.
But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna watch it. Like I have work in the morning, but I'll power through it. You know, like whatever.
That's what I'm doing
And-
right now.
And as soon as that stream was over, I'm like, I feel so physically ill from being up. Like there is no way.
It just
Also, not the invasion sode itself, but the prep work before the invasion sode, where I was trying to pitch all these stupid ideas to you. I thought it was just like
I was like, all right, and then we're gonna break your window. And I'm just kind of like sitting here, I'm like, okay.
you guys just
Whatever.
went along with everything I said because I just keep coming with these dumb ideas. We're just start the episode off like normal, and then we're gonna like break in through your window, and like, how are you gonna do that? Like, I'll just
We're gonna
edit
go
the
to-
sound in at some point.
We go find some stock footage of a window breaking
Yep.
sound, and
They're like, what are we gonna do in the episode? We're gonna play Who's Line games all episode long, and
That was
Chinchilla's
so
like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
yes.
Chin told it like it was.
Chin was like, what the hell is going on? Why?
Chin hated it until Fusion hated it, and then as soon as Fusion hated it, Chin's like, oh, never mind, we gotta do this.
Awesome.
Oh,
Yeah, the prep for that episode was too much fun.
Just like we're just gonna like roll with this.
just tolerating.
We're gonna wing this all the way.
We're gonna see where this goes.
It went nowhere fast. But it was cool because you guys after that you guys posted on petfoodalpha.com, I think it was. You just posted Voices of Vana'diel in crayon over it. For, a week.
That must have been Fusion X's artistic skills. Not with Photoshop.
I made that, or if you guys made it, or if I made it and give it to you. It
wasn't us. It must have been you. Because when we saw it, we were like, "That is awesome," and we took a screenshot of it.
Fusion X went back to his elementary school and had a little JK.
I did that.
Colored.
I did that a lot with images. Back in the day, we'd be working with somebody, and I'd be he says, she says, or was TAM2 got their site up. I'm like, you guys need a button. I'll just be like, hold on, here's a button, and sure enough, they used that button.
Yep. Oh god, that was a good time. That definitely my favorite memory.
Sweet.
I know.
Dude. You know who's up next, eh?
Eh?
Who's up next, bro?
I guess I have to go because I'm doing this in a way that leaves the sort of the creme de the creme for last, right? The old school vets here.
That's right.
The creators. I think some of my favorite episodes, thinking back over the years at Pet Food Alpha, probably have to be the anniversary shows, particularly because they usually tied in with the episodes that were live in the old live format where we had call-ins. One of my most memorable moments probably was if I'm not mistaken, it was 250 or 255, where we did the future of Final Fantasy, and we did a call-in show, and I think that was the first time I ever was on the show as a call-in guest, and just talking about what the future of 11 was going to be, and that was thinking about that now, that was 4 years ago.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun to go back and listen to that episode and kind of see what our thoughts were and what it is now and how wrong we were.
Chances are I was totally 100% spot on.
No way.
All I remember was Fusion X talking about, was it the Far East? The Far East, yeah. You were always like, oh, I want more Tab-Nazia.
I was
initially,
I was so peeved when they found that Seekers of Adeline trademark.
Yeah, you were
so I was like, that is not the Far East. What are you doing? That is the opposite direction of where people want to go.
I can't believe you just
Homeland,
took us far
Deep
west.
South.
The Deep South.
Yeah, Meathra Homeland, tropical South area.
I would have preferred that to the Far West.
Right.
People are like, look, they're going to the Far West. I'm like, there's a Far West. Wouldn't that just be the other side of the Adeline, or
look at it this way, though.
Continent?
Adeline could have been more like a wild west kind of theme, and at least it's kind of Renaissance, right?
I think cowboys would be cool.
Cowboys of Vana'diel.
You would.
Cowboy and Indian are the next two jobs that come out.
I totally have the South Park episode stuck in my head now, where Cartman kept singing the first 2 seconds of the Wild Wild West song. Biggie Biggie Wow, Biggie Biggie Wow.
Come on, Selma Hayek.
Selma Hayek, Artemis cried frog. Oh man!
All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little flip flop here.
Oh, flippity floppity.
Yeah, Raffledurk wants the last word, so we'll get Steak.
I do.
Steak.
What's
your favorite PFA moment? You got 7 years to choose from here.
I'll tell you what my least favorite moments were, having Joe, number one, and Chin in the call at the same time, and then having to edit the next day. And I'd be over here with my notepad going, oh crap. Stop it! Oh my gosh! I can't even write these as fast as you're saying them. We used to be a lot more anal about that than we are now, I think, though.
I think we've totally relaxed on that.
We've loosened up a little bit, yeah.
I think we just kind of looked at, our listeners and said, yeah, we don't have any kindergarten kids in here that can't handle a little crap every now and then.
Yeah, I really liked doing the treasure coffer back when we were doing that on a consistent basis, because it was kind of an opportunity to kind of do something really cool for the people that listen to the show. So that was cool, and like back then, like I had the money to do that on a consistent basis. It was really fun because
let me guess, Steak. This was pre-kids.
No, nothing was pre-kids. PFA.
He's always had kids. He just keeps adding more to the collection.
there have always been kids. I started playing Final Fantasy XI when my daughter was 10 months old.
I can still remember one night we were going to record, and I get a message on Play Online. I get a little Play Online message icon pop up. Going to the hospital, wife having baby, won't be on tonight.
Oh my god.
I guess that's a valid excuse. All right,
my daughter is now 10 years old, and she'll be in the 5th grade in the fall.
Wow.
I really enjoy that message had to specify won't be online tonight.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
not just
record
a given.
tonight. Wife going to hospital, baby.
The first episode of PFA, obviously pretty epic.
What was so epic about it for you?
Well, it was really kind of groundbreaking for us. It was like we had no idea what we were doing. We had no structure yet. We didn't really know how the show was going to play out or what we were even going to do.
Oh yeah, we did.
Well, kind of.
I was coming up with ideas for PFA before it was even PFA. All right.
Well, it's like on the first episode, you don't even know if anyone's going to listen. Like, you're just like, okay, here we go. Let's see what happens.
By the time you get to episode 300, though, you're kind of like, yeah, business as usual.
I was making segment suggestions for Mega Elixir. All right. I'm like, you guys should do a read email segment. They're like, we should. So
I remember when I used to be like, do you remember when we were like hardcore forum posters for Mega Elixir?
God. I remember I got flagged for necro posting once.
It's funny.
Any other things you can think of, Steak? You're taking people on a trip down nostalgia lane here now, so.
There's so many. Having the Spoony Bards on the show.
Remember that, yeah. One of them didn't have a headset. He like plugged his Xbox controller in via like the USB and was using his Xbox headset.
Yeah.
He sounded horrible.
The first time that we had Matt on the show.
No.
Yeah, that was a long time ago.
That seemed like it was so significant.
No.
And now we're just like, oh, it's Matt, whatever.
Yeah, well, anytime Matt contacts us is for something that like we like.
The first time Matt emailed us, I was just like, oh my god, this is so cool. And I was like, oh, all right, what's up, Matt?
Going to FanFest as part of PFA was probably the most. Obviously, it's not like episode related, but it was like the coolest thing that I've ever done.
FanFest 2008. Oh my god, this is gonna be my favorite memory.
Yeah,
this is more of a little behind the scenes thing. I know we've talked about it before though.
I know this has been part of episodes in the past.
FanFest 2008. They had community reps from Europe there. They flew in some people from some of the European sites as well. And so our buddy Sven was there from, I don't even remember the site.
What was he from? It was like Veld.
It was a German online Velten.
Yeah, online Velten.
Yeah. And so that night, and I wasn't feeling good that weekend. I don't know if I was sick or whatever, but I was having some tummy troubles, as it were. That's the manly way to say it. And so I went back to the hotel room a little early to try and sleep, and Gannyman, Steak, Chin, and Sven went out drinking.
Yeah, we did.
just as I was falling asleep, it was probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, and I had texted Steak at one point too, like, we got to cover this stuff tomorrow. Like, don't overdo it. And he's like, whatever, I'll be fine. I'm like, all right. So about 1 or 2 in the morning, just as I fall asleep, Gannyman comes into the hotel room. Because I was sharing a room with Ganny. He's gone. Like, he's totally wasted. And this is the FanFest. He had his FF Encyclopedia stickers made up. And he's showing me pictures. There was a person sleeping in the lobby. He put an FF Encyclopedia sticker on their forehead and took a picture. This whole time, he's like, check this out, like, this guy sleeping and I put a sticker on his head. I'm like, Ganny, that is great. Go to bed. So next morning we wake up. I go over to meet Chin and Steak were sharing a room, and I go over there. And I find that Steak had come back to the room after Chin, walked into the bathroom, didn't throw up or anything, but just fell asleep on the floor in the bathroom. As soon as I show up to the room, Steak goes into the bathroom, and all you hear is him just yakking it all up. Me and Chin are just sitting there like, lovely. Great. Nice job, Steak. And all I can think about this whole time is like, I told you not to overdo it. Like, I was right, you son of...
I was still
That's
able
what
to
you get when you go
cover
drinking
stuff
with the Germans.
day. I just needed lots of Starbucks, that's all. I was like, I need Starbucks right now. So much fun.
Can I get a caramel mocha?
Who wants counter?
Yeah.
Square Enix plus open bar equals drunk steak.
Yeah. That was a thing, I guess, about the 08 Fan Fest. Everybody always remembers the fact that it was just a big, oh, you guys are having an open bar. Oh, in that case...
Sadly, that was the only good thing about it.
Hey, we had Moblin Maze Mongers, okay?
Yeah. Now,
but there wasn't anyone trying it, though. That's the problem. Like, everyone checked it out, and then 2 hours later, they had, like, employees, like, in the hallway, like, shouting, like, literally,
like, hey,
who wants to come try it? We need people for groups, because nobody's playing. It was bad.
Ironically, that's exactly what would happen 2 months after release.
That's right.
I see what you did there.
I remember they demoed Moblin Maze Mongers for us in the presentation, like the first presentation of the day, and they couldn't get into it. And you just see, like, he clicks on the thing and it's just waiting and waiting. And then you see the hands of darkness prevent you from entering any further. And Yoji Fujita just kind of looks up at the screen and goes, I wrote that.
I was so witty when I wrote that.
He did an error message. That's me. I wrote that. I put those words into the game.
It's funny
because you'd play it too, and it was set up so like even no matter what runes you used, like you would just get an NM like elemental. So it's like, hey, check out this cool system. You can customize this and everything, but it doesn't really matter at the moment.
It's like I write code sometimes, and when you put lots of like checks in there so that you can see if it goes wrong, it'll show you, okay, how did I get to this point of it being wrong? But when you do that for long enough, you start getting mad at the error messages, and you're like, I wrote this. What do I have to be mad about?
Mm-hmm. Oh. Computer is only as smart as its user.
That's right. Its user is...
User.
Yeah. So before I go into the last little thing I had written up here, and then of course we got some prizes and stuff to give away too. We got some free stuff, free things to give away. The community team, Fusion, maybe you want to intro this?
Yeah. So we threw a message over to Essie saying, "Hey, we got this. It's kind of a big deal. We got this thing coming up," and they were some surprises. And they also recorded a small bit of audio here for us, so we're going to go ahead and plug that. And for us in the call, we'll just shh for a minute here.
Yeah, we'll just be in a quiet here, and here we go.
Hey, Pet Food Alpha, this is Devin from the community team. Just want to say a big congratulations on 7 years. We really appreciate all your hard work and contributions to the community, and we hope that you continue it, and looking forward to more podcasts in the future.
Hey, Pet Food Alpha, this is Evinner saying congratulations on 7 years of Pet Food Alpha. It's been a great ride, and I hope to see more from you in the next 3 years so you can reach number 10. All right, take it easy.
Hey, Pet Food Alpha, this is Paul, also known as Okipui. Just wanted to congratulate you guys on 7 years, and keep it up. Thanks for all your hard work.
Hey, Pet Food Alpha, it's Matt Hilton here, a.k.a. Bayonne. I'm really happy to congratulate you guys on the 70 years of your podcast. It's really amazing, and I'm really looking forward to hearing you guys in the future, so keep up all the great work.
All right.
So there we go. So
Right
big
on,
shout out
dude.
to all those guys over at SE. Give us those shirts and CDs to give away. So big thank you to them.
Thanks, guys.
I wasn't able to hear anything.
Thanks lots, guys.
We are aware. Shut up, Joe number 2.
Okay.
He's just
Turn
like
the stream on.
You have to turn the sound on in the stream, Joe. That's why.
You'll
Oh,
hear it later.
The way it sounded like when we were setting up the episode, and I thought I'd be able to hear it just through the Skype call. I don't know why I thought that. That was kind of dumb. But.
No, that's why I had to cue back and then come back in.
Yeah.
Anyway, editing first world problems here, okay?
Right. First world problems.
Yeah, first world problems on PFA. So anyways, that's kind of cool that those guys did that. I mean, I know Fusion, you have way more interaction with those guys than I ever do. I post things here and there on the forums, and I try and lay it low. Actually, I don't want to, get the tainted name by starting to stir the pot with the community team. So usually you're the one that has contact with them. So it's kind of nice to, see that they actually recognize that we exist.
You get a little
Tug
teary
at the heartstrings there.
Yeah. Anyways, what I was going to get at, one of the last things I wanted to ask each of you guys is, it's nice to see that you guys are still playing 11, but what is it that you miss most about the early days?
Ottergon being new.
Steak?
I miss like the days like pre-level sync.
Ooh.
When the community would support such an environment, when there was enough people to grab, Quiffum parties and Valkyrum parties and jungle parties and stuff like that. Although in retrospect, obviously it took 100 million years to get anywhere.
Yeah.
There was such, I don't know, that it seemed like you were forced to like meet new people, as opposed to just like, hey guys, let's all just get into a party and we can level sync and it's just going to be us. And you actually had to meet new people and form new relationships with people, good or bad, for better or worse. That was that I guess you could say that's something that I miss from the old days.
Just thinking about that, like what you said too, it's kind of like in the old days you had to depend on other people, right? You couldn't just do things by yourself like you can.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
In today's world, you actually needed like a solid group of 20 friends that were willing to sacrifice time, energy.
Mm-hmm. And we all didn't know what we were doing back then either. Like
in the day
so we were just trying to figure stuff out. Being in the early days, having to try to communicate with the Japanese community, because the game was still so new for us,
using
and
auto
they had
translate.
been playing, trying to figure out auto translate, getting help from people.
Mm-hmm.
That was another really cool aspect of the game, and it kind of really opened things up to how diverse or how complicated the auto translate system is, and how much work must have gone into that.
Yeah,
like no other game has that.
Still kind of brings out the fact of the uniqueness of what 11 did as a game to start off. You know what I mean? Like, 11 is the only MMO I can think of that has an auto translate system that does cover so many languages like it does.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it is the only one.
As far as I know, anyways. I know 14's obviously kind of following in the footsteps, but
multi-platform has always been a huge thing for Final Fantasy XI.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think like there was... What was that game? There was one other game that was like multi-platform where you could play it on Xbox or PC.
Yeah.
What's it called? Universe.
You're thinking DC Universe, and that's
Fantasy
PS3.
Star. No, Fantasy Star.
Oh.
No,
Fantasy
what is
Star
it?
Online?
Yeah, Phantasy Star Online.
Fantasy Star Online wasn't cross-platform though.
Yeah, PSU was.
PS was.
There's a
No,
lot
it
of
wasn't.
games that do the
That was
cross-platform
Dreamcast,
thing.
wasn't it?
Universe
Fantasy-
wasn't cross-platform. It wasn't.
There's a lot of games that do the
Wasn't it?
cross-platform, but not in the same way 11
I thought it
did.
was Xbox and PC. Anyways.
There's a lot of games.
Very,
Anyways.
very few games do that.
Yeah, like having cross-platforms where actually people who are on those different platforms can be online on the same server playing with each other. That is
Right.
what's unique.
Very, very
Yeah.
few games do that.
You don't see that. I don't think I can think of another example where you have people that play on a PS2, a PS3, or a 360, and people on PC playing against each other.
DC Universe would have been on there, but they ended that pretty quick.
DC who? DC what now?
What's a PC? Max, huh?
Yeah. Scalia, Joe 2.
To say what I missed the most of the game, I think I gotta tell just a quick story here to describe it. I gotta go way, way, way back to the days of me being like level 25, maybe before I'd even unlocked my first advanced job. And I'm in Gelsba Outpost, and I was probably doing like the Sandoria 1-3 mission, fight the stupid orcs. And I'm there with one of my friends, and we just go up to Fort Gelsba afterwards, up at the top, right next to where the Horleus Peak is. And we're up there, we kill an NM, and it dropped a shield, I think, and so we're trying to decide who should get the shield because it was an NM drop, and we both wanted it because we're noobs and we didn't really know any better. So we decided we were just going to have a race back to the beginning of Gelsba, back to the entrance to Ronfor, basically. And whoever got there first would get it, because that seemed like the best way to solve things at the time. And I just remember, like, I knew about You Got Grotto, and my friend didn't, so I went and You Got Grotto and got there way before him. He's like, you cheated. And I guess I missed the innocence of it. Like, that seemed like a perfectly acceptable way to waste 3 hours in game.
I was waiting for the part where like you get to like, and we both zoned before it dropped, so neither of us got it.
Something to that effect. I probably did lose it because I would have zoned into You Got, but it must have been tradable. I don't know. I just remember we wasted like 3 hours dying trying to get back down to the bottom of You Got Grotto, and it was ridiculous. But I guess I would say I missed the innocence of it just because it was acceptable just to do silly crap all the time. Like, I can't tell you how many hours I wasted in Rongamont Pass doing nothing.
Nobody knew what an MMO was back then.
We just let it pass.
Yeah.
There's like, it's an online game. Cool. It wasn't, WoW wasn't out, or WoW was in its like very, very early stages, and nobody really knew anything. I mean, they were still releasing like Brady guides and stuff for MMOs, like strategy guides and like printed.
Yes, I still have my Final Fantasy 11 Brady guide.
Yes, the
I've two
Birdcage
different editions.
liner.
Yeah, make sure you sub White Mage on Thief.
Guys, playing
Sure,
Mithra will
playing
give you more
your-
versatility when you play Ranger.
Beastmater.
Yeah.
Beastmater, Beaster.
So Squig, what is it that you miss the most about old school XI?
I've had the opportunity to really see this game evolve from, the beginning to what it is today. And, I mean, the first thing that I'd say that I really miss is,
The Warrior.
No. The first thing I could say I really missed was, your old school in-game link shells where you would go out and you do Sky and you do, later on Sea and Dynamis and Limbus and all that other good stuff. I mean, I never really liked Camping Kings, and I never was really in a link shell that did that much of that. But, going out and spending weeks farming all the items to pop all these gods, and then at the end of the week, finally, y'all are gonna go get Kieran. It was fun. It was fun. You needed all your friends, and we would have freaking. We would be on chat together, and we'd be talking to each other, and our link shell leader would be directing. I need my white mages over here, and you're gonna be kiting Kieran, and blah blah blah. And the second thing that I really kind of miss and kind of don't, but I kind of look at rather fondly, was long before they adjusted, zoning mobs, and then the mobs, instead of the mobs disappearing, the mobs would take their time to get to wherever they need to go.
Garlage Citadel.
Garlage Citadel.
Oh,
Crawler's
God.
Nest. And MPK to the max.
I remember people MPKing people in Valkyrie Dunes, the people who were making parties in front of Selbina, and people would get MPK'd in front of Selbina.
The Yatunga Jungle Zone line.
Oh, that one was brutal too.
Goblin Smithy in the jungles.
Yeah, Yatunga Jungle's Goblins and Smithy.
And everybody would zone him, and then he'd come back, and he'd come behind another party and start just killing everybody else, and the whole zone would be zoning him, and people would be dying, and this is pre-raise, because nobody's level 25 yet.
Or when someone would be a jerk and pull Rose Garden over there.
Oh my goodness.
Well, Tila?
I remember being at the Lion to Garlish Citadel in level 32, and I'm face to face with some of the stuff that they pulled from the basement.
Oh my gosh! I remember the first time I saw tainted flesh. I was like, "A what?"
I didn't know Jabba the Hutt was in this game.
Jabba the
What's
Hutt.
that thing?
Chomp. It probably ate you. Did it eat you up and throw you on the ground?
I don't remember.
You didn't have time to zone back, because by that time you were dead in one shot. It was
you get one of those where you zone.
Great. The way we grew up together, and I don't know.
You get one of those zone deaths where you're like, oh crap, go, black screen, yes, and then it pulls you back in and you're dead. I had one of those the other day.
What was it? You had to see a loading zone or whatever come up, or downloading area.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still kind of stayed alive, and all those gigantic dynamis pulls people would get, and you'd end up pulling half the zone, and everybody would be dead, and the black mages would be freaking dying from trying to sleep everything, and then once all the black mages were dead, here comes the rest of the party, and
you always get to the point where you're like, all right, sleep them, and the black mage is like, hell no, I ain't pulling 8.
I felt like that a lot of times. Like, sleep. I'm like, yeah, you go die. I'm going to find myself someplace safer. Better yet, warp. Bye.
I don't know if anyone else ever did this, but I remember one time my Link Shell was we were really, really angry because we went and camped Fafnir and we didn't get him. So we were all ticked off, so we're like, let's just go do something silly. So we all just switched to a level 1 job and fought Bubbly Bernie H&M style.
That's awesome. 18
level 1s and we wiped a Bubbly Bernie, but it was awesome.
One of my favorite Lobby moments was me and some friends made second characters and we were partying in the dunes. And I don't know why, but I was a Taru something, and I was the polar. I was the Taru polar in the dunes.
You were Q2B?
The first pull killed me. And I'm running back to camp. I'm like, guys, someone needs to come get this. This isn't gonna work. And I get killed, and because we were all, I think I was visiting them at college, so we were all in the same dorm room, and I die, and on their computers I see my dead body just slide around the corner. I think that's probably what I missed a lot, is the kind of innocence, that kind of, you're jumping into the game of this scale for the first time, and I remember very first thing I got into the game, I'm like, how do you heal?
Yeah.
In town, I'm like, guys, how do you heal? Potions are 1,000 gil. I have 10. This isn't gonna work.
Or just trying to get to
toward the beginning. Actually, I was from Bastock, so I would be, in Gustaberg leveling, and I wasn't sure about the whole healing things either. So I think I actually zoned back to my Mog house because I figured that it would heal you when you got in your Mog house. It took me forever to get to level 3.
Yeah, and it's trying to fathom an FF game where you don't buy potions. The first thing I asked, how can you afford potions in this game? My friends was you're never going to use potions. And that just blew my mind. What?
You're not using potions.
I remember years later, people would be popping high pot tanks out in front of salvage.
I remember I died in Zaroon Mines, and I was like, How come they don't have Phoenix Down in this game?
Right? Or, I mean, you talk about the innocence of the game, just, like, the first time when I came into the game, it was Summerfest. The first time Nightfall hit and, like, the fireworks started going off, I was like, that is amazing! I can't believe they can make such creations in a video game.
Now you're like,
and then later
like, ooh, red, green, blue, how creative.
Being a white mage, 25 plus, running through the dunes and making sure you had to have your anonymous on because otherwise you're going to get freaking spammed for raise. Raise, can I have it?
Raise, please. PL, can I has?
Oh, man.
Tila.
It took me 45 minutes to actually move when I loaded into Bastok the first time I played because, you know, the keyboard option, I was getting the letters and I was trying to, like, get people to help me. How do I walk? And they were telling me to run with W, but I was getting WWW and... Oh, that was awful. And then I tried to go behind bees outside to dodge them. You know, like going behind, thinking if I go behind, I won't get hit. And my best moment was I was leveling Paladin. And I kind of soloed Warrior to 30 myself. So I went to the dunes for the first time. And my party was telling me to voke, and I kept telling them, I don't want to voke, because then I'll be the one getting hit, and I don't want to die. And I vote for about a week, till somebody kindly explained you have to make a macro and do it. Oh, that was amazing. I just couldn't understand why I'd want to get killed all the time, but you'd just die on Paladin and keep de-leveling or losing XP, and I was getting nowhere and everyone else was leveling up. So I quit Paladin at 30 and swapped to Red Mage.
Wow. Tila, you actually bring up a really good one in that you're moving. Like, I remember, like, if I had missed like 3 times in a row, I would move closer to the mob or change position, thinking that had something to do with it.
And it didn't.
I still kind of do that every so often. It's just kind of, just from playing games, it's just like an instinctive kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Or
remember,
like, I think the better one is when I first discovered what parrying was. Like, I would try and position myself so that my sword was facing the mob more, so that it would be more likely to parry.
I remember seeing a JP when we were leveling, just like in like the original Volcrum Dunes parties, and we had a JP in our party, and he was a thief. And I remember him doing sneak attack, and then hitting the mob with the critical hit from behind it. And I couldn't figure out, because I was a warrior and I was trying to tank, and I was doing the provoke thing, and I couldn't figure out why the mob kept turning around. I'm like, what did you just do? Like, what is sneak attack that makes it turn around? And the guy spoke Japanese only, so he couldn't explain what he was doing. I just remember, like, just getting so angry. I'm like, why does this thief keep doing this? This is not fun. Stop.
Damn it, I'm trying to tank.
I'm trying.
Or being a white mage that got satted on. That was fun.
Yeah.
I can remember doing parties where, like, you'd have, like, a red mage or a white mage that, like, wouldn't be doing their job right, like, really bad, and the party would be like, you gotta do this, you gotta do this. They wouldn't, and the thief would just come up behind them and saddle that person and just get them killed, and then you just kick them from the party. Like, see ya, you're gone.
Oh, my first real party where my puller proclaimed that links were like taxes and should never be avoided. That was a good day.
Wow.
Some of my fondest memories, thinking back to the game, you just reminded me, the Scally, of one. I remember I met my first role player in Volcrum Dunes. And, like, I mean, I had never played, like, MMOs before. Final Fantasy XI was my very first MMO. I was, like, in grade 9, I think, or 10 when I started playing 11. And, because
that makes me feel old.
I started at NA launch, and, yeah, so I was in it, like, right from the beginning of high school, right through till, you know, now, and it's been quite a while, as you can tell from Steak's story with his daughter. But anyways, I just remember I was in this party in Volcrum Dunes, and this guy he starts saying these one-liners like, "Oh, the sand is so white, it gets stuck in my eyes and in my teeth."
Ooh.
And I'm just like, dude, what are you talking about? It's a game.
Like, what?
Dude, it's a game. What are you
It's
talking
like
about?
you can turn the weather effects off, man.
He's like, and he kept going with it. He's just, when the sun rises, it beats on my head and gives me a sunburn. I'm like,
Is he like a bald Hume? Like, what?
I'm going to walk away now very slowly, and you are not going to follow me.
And I just remember I started sending tells to like the other people who were in the party with us and be like, what's with this guy? Like, what's the matter with him?
God, people who did slash shouts in their like macros and the dunes.
But long story short, this guy eventually, like, he was going on for like 15 minutes, and like everybody in the party was just kind of making fun of him. And then he finally just comes out and totally comes out of character and just goes, "Kate, look, guys, I was trying to be a role player. This is supposed to be a role playing game, you know."
Oh man,
and actually till this day, and this is I guess 10 years of playing the game now. Probably can't think of another time when I've ever seen another role player in the game.
I've seen a couple. I had a guy one time who he asked me like how many years or something like that, and he was like trying to ask me what level I was in character. And apparently, like that the equivalent of that is how many years.
Yeah.
So I'm like sitting there, like thinking like he means how long have I been playing the game, and I'm like 2 years, and he just kicked me out of the party.
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
So yeah. Fondest memories though. Last night, I was doing a LS group with some guys that I've played in the game with like a long, long time ago in another LS that we used to do Dynamis together. And we were doing a delve last night. And I've stayed away from doing delve like with pickup groups because I kind of didn't really want to. And all I can say was that although people knock SE for doing this whole, making content that's link shell related again, doing the content with a link shell full of friends, going on vent, bring back so many memories of fun times from years past. And it kind of gave me that feel last night when I was doing that delve. I was kind of like, this feels like 2008.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, that was my my little favorite moment. Stuff like that from the past,
Yeah.
Anyhow, I think that's kind of getting a wrap here. We're just we're in our Skype chat. We're just kind of mentioning the fact that we've got some of our hosts here that have to check out because they got work in the morning and it's getting tight on time. So, what we will likely do, Fusion?
Yep. So we're just going to go ahead. We'll wrap this show up, and we'll do our contest right after here. So, big thank you to everybody that's been tuning in for the last 7 years. Anytime since the beginning, in between, wherever. We definitely appreciate all of your support. Obviously, we're doing this for you guys. So thanks for sticking with us and listening. In addition, something we put up this past week here, we are looking for some financial support for Gamer Escape. If that's something that you would be interested in helping us out with, you can go over to gamerscape.com and click on the subscribe button up there on the main nav and find out more information about that. Obviously, if you can spare it, we would definitely appreciate it. There's a couple little teeny tiny perks that we can offer you for that, but you don't have to. But,
yeah, if you can't, no worries.
Yeah, it's completely voluntary, and it's just one of those things where we have had people in the past actually ask us if they could help us in some way, and so it's just kind of a way of saying, okay, here's something you can do if you want. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Other than that, you can find us on Twitter at PetFoodAlpha. Our website is www.gamerescape.com. Email. If you want to email us at the host, actually, I was looking through there today just to make sure, and we didn't have any from our poets, the Poet Society of Pet Food Alpha. Didn't get one this week, so maybe next episode. petfoodalpha@gamerescape.com is where you can reach any of us as hosts. You want to find us on Twitter, you can do that too. FusionX.
Raffledurg.
Yeah.
RFLDRG.
I'm at Sbersty, SBERSTY. Scalia?
At Escalia, at ESKALIA.
Tila, Squigs,
I
you
think
guys?
she's on
do you
Twitter. Squigs on Twitter.
Yes, I do have a Twitter at Swigglicious.
There you go.
Steak is
Steakums is
Steak
on
42.
Yeah, he's Steak 42. Somebody apparently else also had the idea for steak, so they borrowed it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I've never used Twitter. I don't understand it.
She's like, I don't know what
know
Twitter
stuff.
is.
But I
That like
just use
was that a
Facebook.
Star Wars thing? Was that a character in Star Wars?
I love the way you said Twitter, though. You didn't say it like Twitter. You went Twitter.
It's Twitter. It has 2 T's in it.
I know it. I just like the way your accent makes it sound.
That British accent, man.
It's awesome.
Every time.
It's
He's gonna marry a
awesome.
girl with a British accent.
That's like my life goal right there.
My life goal is to marry an American accented guy, so there you go.
Yeah, I remember we've had this discussion before.
It was meant to be.
What did Canada
Yeah,
do,
right.
eh?
Nothing. Canada did nothing. They play hockey. That's all they do.
All right, guys.
What is an American accent? I
Steak?
don't
Is
even
Steak
know.
still here?
I think he's gone.
Steak's like falling asleep.
Steak's
No,
fine.
I'm here.
Steakums.
Yeah. I'm at Steak42.
Hey.
2 dubs.
Perfect.
5 years later.
I'll let you.
I was on mute, and I was like, why aren't they listening to me?
That's probably why. Yeah. That might.
It's not working.
Yeah.
All right.
Steak, you can do the final sign off since it's your
Right
turn.
on. All right. Hey, I want to thank Squig and Tila for joining us. I know, Tila, it's really, really late for you, and I really appreciate you joining us in spite of that. And it was really great having you guys again.
Thank you for having us. It was really good fun.
All right. Thanks very much for those who joined us to listen live. And I want to wish good luck to all of you who are going out for some of this free junk.
It's not junk.
It's good swag.
And here's to another 7 years and 300 episodes.
Oh
Yeah,
my
here.
god!
Oh, good
Don't
lord.
tell me I'm doing this for a night.
7 years. 7 more years. 7 more years. 7 more years.
Oh my god! I'm done.
All
I'm
right.
leaving. I
Thank
can't do
you
this anymore.
very much for tuning in for our very special 7-year episode, and we'll see you next time right here on Pet Food Alpha. Say goodnight, guys.
Good night, guys.
Nice.
Good night.
See ya.
Cheerio.